Hello guys, how are you doing? So, welcome back to my reactions, and as you can see I'm going to watch episode 8 of Code Geass today. So, this last episode was really good. We got to see this first moment with them explaining a bit of Lelouch's past, and a bit of how this Emperor was and still is. So yeah, it's right now I don't really like him because of the way he behaves and how he was treating Lelouch, and is probably also the cause that all of these people are fighting amongst themselves in order to be the successor of this emperor. So yeah, the situation is really not good, and I got to understand a bit more of Lelouch's situation. So that was already really good because I was just wondering about that some episodes ago. So yeah, either way, we got to see also this battle between Lelouch and Cornelia, and that was really interesting. We got to see both sides using their strategies. And in the end, Cornelia was really smart, and Lelouch really needs to be careful with this one, as he was almost exposed. If it wasn't for CC, it would have been a really difficult situation for him. He would have probably be I don't know if killed, but yeah, people would know his identity, and that would basically ruin his entire plan. So yeah, it was good for CC to do that. She broke the Zero outfit, and she was able to distract them for long enough for Lelouch to run away. So yeah, either way, I'm really curious to see what will happen from now on, as we see that things are developing quite nicely, and we keep learning about new things. But there's still a lot to learn, most likely, and I'm still really curious about CC and what she's going to be doing from now on as well. So yeah, anyway, really hope you guys are ready, and let's start the episode. Yep. Yep. I really like how they show these parts at the start of the episode sometimes, just to make you like remember everything, so you're on par with what's happening. So yeah, that's something I really appreciate. Even though sometimes it's already, or it's things that you already know, it's still good to remember them. And yeah, the paths of these two are probably already set, and I'm really curious to see what's going to happen between those two, because I'm almost sure they will eventually be enemies, even though they're best friends. But eventually something might happen, and they will face again as enemies, unfortunately. And it's sad because both of them want a better world, but they have different ways of doing it. Like, Suzaku doesn't want to sacrifice more people to do it, so he's going to try and change Britannia. And Lelouch doesn't really, he's not going to take that approach, so he's going to do everything he can, no matter the sacrifices, in order to destroy Britannia. So it's pretty different, but it's almost wanting the same thing, a better world. And these people. Yep. Um. Hmm. I wonder. Hmm. Damn. That mountain. I don't know if it's supposed to be Mount Enzo or something. I think that is different part. Hmm. They're meeting with him. Yeah, asked. Or like made him. Hmm. Damn. Oh, they got caught. She was just saying it's not good. Hmm. Damn. Yeah. Hmm. Can't talk right now. When Cornelia is taking charge on this. Hmm. Really hope nothing bad happens to those girls and all the other people. Like the tourists, they have nothing to do with this. Even if they're Britannians, it's not their fault. Can't blame everyone just because of their nation. Hmm. That's wrong. Hmm. So she's also there. Damn. That's pretty big. They really can't find out about that. Hmm. Wonder what these guys are going to do. Damn, that's her father. Yeah, I could honestly see that happening. Knights of Justice. Going to deploy Lancelot. I wonder if they're going to use it or not. Holy, really? This is really not a good way to do it. You're no better than these Britannians if you do things like that. The worst part is that innocent people get sacrificed because of the fights between these guys. Yep. Ooh. Hmm. Hmm. We'll see what this plan is. Hmm. Damn. Yep. Need to focus on Euphemia. They're sisters. Damn. Really surprised something like this is happening, but yeah. Hmm. Damn. This is becoming a real mess. Damn, this situation is so tense. They're probably going to meet again. And we know that Lelouch wants to save those girls. Hmm. Only. That's still like Alf. Really curious to see what happens. Hopefully nothing bad to these ones. Oh. This is really wrong. Oh. Is she going to say she did? Damn. That was really honorable though. Doing that to protect that girl really makes me like her. Hmm. There he goes. Probably not. That one is pretty strong. Damn. Ooh, they're planting it. Really? Oh, going to suicide. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, she did. It's going to be destroyed, probably. Hmm. Damn. Hmm. Damn. That's a gun. They're actually doing it. This was going to be stopped, but still going to happen. Yep. Is there? Damn, that's really bad. I really hope all of those hostages are okay. Oh, they're in that boat. Yeah, they're safe. Damn. That's quite interesting to say this. Hmm. Black Knight. Yeah, that's really good. Yep. I totally disagreed with that. Yeah. Damn. This was really awesome. Just making a really big statement. I really like this. Really like how he's not going to just like be against all the Britannians and is actually going to take the side of those who can't fight. Basically helping the weak against these strong ones doing really bad things. So I really like this. At first, I was wondering if he was doing this more because of the girls, because they are his friends. But I can see that it was probably not that case. It was a factor as well, but this was still most likely his main objective to make this statement. And that was really good because people are going to be divided. They are not going to like the strong ones are going to be against Zero because he's a threat to them, but the weak ones, and this can include 11s or Japanese people and Britannians. So that's going to be really interesting to see what it does from now on. I really like where this anime is going. Really awesome. So yeah, this episode was quite something. At first, the situation didn't look really like it didn't look good at all. So I was really afraid for those girls, and we could see that these Japanese people were really, really into like sacrificing these hostages unless they got what they wanted. So yeah, it was really scary to see when the first hostage got killed, and at that point I was really afraid because of the other girls and all of the other hostages, and I really enjoyed how Euphemia stood up to protect these guys, or more like these hostages, and more this girl who was about to be taken, and she didn't mind giving away her title and wanting to talk with the leader of these Japanese terrorists. So yeah, that was really good of her. Really, she really climbed in my list. That's for sure. And yeah, it's like this thing. Like in all of the nations, there's always these people who use the power to do bad things. And then there's these people like Euphemia, for example. She also has a title. She's the third princess, so she still has some power in this like nation, but she's still trying to do something good. She's not using that to just look down on others. She's really not wanting to do anything bad. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm really, really invested in this anime. I really can't wait to see what's going to be happening from now on. And yeah, it was a shame that we didn't see CC in this episode. I'm expecting them to take some time to explain some more things about her. Hopefully that will happen in like in the next episodes, but we'll see about that. But yeah, this episode was really good. At first, I was trying to figure out the situation and how like Zero was going to approach this. And yeah, he did this really well. I was also expecting Suzaku to meet him, but that didn't happen. But yeah, it's something that's probably going to happen more often, that these guys are going to cross paths a lot of times. And he was really smart about Cornelia. Like, he knew that Cornelia hates him because he killed Prince Clovis. But in the end, she knew that Euphemia is in that place. So she, like, he was already expecting that she was going to be deciding more with her emotions, because she, most of all, wanted her sister safe. So that was really good to see that he used that in order, like, for his own advantage to get into this place to save these hostages. And yeah, he was really smart about everything. He played a really big part in this. And now I'm really glad that everyone was safe by the end. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Right now, they made this statement. They are now the Black Knights, apparently. So I wonder what Cornelia is going to be doing, because they still need to get out of that place. So I don't know if Cornelia is going to attack them or not. But yeah, in the next episode, we will probably see the following moments of this situation. So I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to this episode, and if you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. And you can also join my Discord and my Patreon if you want to get early access to my full reactions. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next one, so take care guys.